Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we are going to continue working on doing some of the cabinets. So we were really happy with how the cabinets in the kitchen turned out, and we thought they were pretty good quality for the price point. So we went ahead and ordered a bunch more, kind of like you see here, and we got some cabinets for built-ins around the house, and we also ordered our vanities from the same people. So I think today we are going to start working on assembling and installing the vanities. So let's not waste any time, let's hop to it. So we are starting with the master bath, which has two 48-inch vanities that both kind of fit into alcoves on the east and west sides of the bathroom. So the bathroom is mirror imaged and my vanity is exactly opposite Kelly's vanity. So I designed the opening for the vanities to fit exactly for a 48-inch vanity. Unfortunately, with all the drywall and the texture and everything, I'm lacking about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna take probably a little bit over 1/8 of an inch off of each side to give me a little bit more wiggle room. So I am gonna have to rip off this perfectly good face frame. I'm gonna cut down just a hair on both sides. And we also have to carve out the back of the cabinet here where the box for all of the water supply and drain is in the wall. So my phone ran out of battery, so I didn't show me installing the drawers. But here is the vanity finally shimmed up, nice and level, centered up in the opening. I had to center it just right so that the doors don't rub on the edges when they open. It is really tight tolerance for the doors opening. But I think it turned out pretty good. So that's going to be that side of the vanity. I hadn't shown this, I actually did this just off camera. These are the light fixtures that we're going with, and we are going to have an oval mirror that we've ordered that's going to fill in that gap on that back wall. So this side is done, and now I need to build the other vanity to install over here on this side behind the cat and all of the clutter. I forgot to film myself installing the entire cabinet body, or whatever you call it here, on this west vanity. But it is in place now, so we have the west vanity here, and we actually do have the mirrors. We're going to go ahead and hang one, I think. But you can see over here compared to the east vanity, which I guess you can't see because I got mirrors in the way. But we got some black framed oval mirrors that will go here, and we think will match our vanity lights pretty good. So master bathroom vanities are installed. I have one more 36-inch vanity to install in the guest bathroom. So here are the vanities with the mirrors installed. So I'm going to show you this side first with the lights on so you kind of get a good idea. And then this side over here with the lights off. And that way you can kind of see what the light fixtures look like. Now we are on to the guest bathroom vanity. If you've watched previous videos and this video, you understand that I know how to assemble these ready to assemble cabinets. So we just jumped over to the carving out the back to go around the water box here. So here it is, getting slid over that kind of jut out from the wall for the water box, and we get the doors on and everything kind of set in place. It is tight, but it barely fits. So here is the guest bathroom vanity installed. I'm going to come back to these two lower drawers here in a second. The first thing you'll notice is that we barely got enough room in here for the door. So when I trim that door out, I'm going to have to be real careful with how I do it so that that outside door will still open. So I'm going to figure that out when it comes to trimming the door. But it did fit in the spot. The other kind of bummer is this box that hides my plumbing is the widest of all the ones that I had to build for the house. And I ended up having to carve a pretty good chunk of it out so that I no longer have mounting points for the two lower drawers. So I'll only be able to have this one upper drawer. So, what I'm going to do, and this is kind of where I messed up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that cross piece out from there, and then I'm going to take the face plates for the two drawers and I'm going to tie them together, and I'm going to turn this into a door. So it'll be a door right there that'll fit, and then it'll swing that way so you have plenty of room to get it open. But what I've done, where I messed myself up, is I have built the two drawers. So in order to get the faceplate off of this piece, so this faceplate off of this backer board, there are some screws that run through, and then you cover those screws up when you glue these side pieces in. So now that I have glued the side pieces in, I'm gonna have to break the drawer apart in order to salvage the faceplate. In a ideal scenario, I would just take the faceplate off and then I would keep the whole box and I'd be able to use it as a drawer for a cabinet in the shop or something like that. But in this case, I think I'm gonna end up having to destroy this drawer instead of getting to keep the drawer body, which I could have used. The cabinet came with slides and all the stuff that I would need to make a drawer in a cabinet for storage in the shop, but now I'm gonna have to rip it apart, which is kind of a bummer. I was mostly able to salvage the boxes. I only split the sides in a couple places. I tried to just smear some glue in there, but I'm pretty much counting on the tongue and groove to kind of keep everything held together. They may not be good enough to run on the inside, but they're definitely good enough to be shop drawers. So drawers hang over above, and or I guess mostly above and then below, a lot more than doors need. So the opening I'm trying to span is 21 inches even, and the add them together is 22 and a quarter. So I have an inch and a quarter, which is what, 5/8 inch overhang above and below. So just screwing them together as one piece to make a slab just like that is going to work out perfect for my purpose. So I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that looks awesome, but when we put this up on the cabinet, I don't think you'll be able to tell. Well, all right, it is not perfect, but just looking at it, you would not know that those two bottom drawers over here are really a cabinet door. So I don't know if I just kind of use some scrap. What I think I should probably do is I should probably cut a piece of plywood that's fills almost the whole side of the door and then use that, and that'll look a little bit cleaner. I may change that out later, but that is a relatively low priority, so we will not worry about that for now. It took me a little bit to get the hinges to space out the way I need them, to get them to kind of line up, and my door gaps still aren't perfect. But I had some hinges for frameless doors, and I put those on first. So I actually had to mount drill holes in the drawers and for these concealed hinges. And I used my hinges for frameless cabinets first, and this door actually was all the way over here. It overlaid like 3/8 of an inch on top of this other door. So then I went and stole this style hinge, which came with all the cabinets. I stole some out of the pantry, and it shifted the door way too far back this way for it to line up, which I don't understand exactly what the geometry difference was there. So I got those hinges spaced out with a 1/4 inch nut and a washer behind there to get them to line up the best I could. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's all right. And you do have one working drawer, so it's definitely better than nothing. Hindsight's always 20/20, but if I was to do it again, they did sell a 36-inch vanity that just had two big doors, no drawers at all. That should have been the route we went. For a little update on how I ended up shifting this vanity over, what I did, and you can kind of see it here, is I have some 1x that I used to space this off the wall some. So what it did is it actually moved the cabinet over 3/4 of an inch, and that gives you plenty of room for this door to open and shut without rubbing on the drywall. So that actually helped out a bunch there, and hopefully it'll give me a little bit of a gap for putting door trim here, which I still have to figure out how I'm going to want to do that, but I am going to end up trimming around this door, and I may have to carve the trim out or do something fancy for where that trim is in between the vanity and the door frame. So one of the main reasons we're trying to get the vanities installed is that the flooring has actually arrived. So we ordered some luxury vinyl plank flooring that we're going to put in the living room, kitchen, and bathrooms. So we are trying to get all of the permanent built-in cabinets and vanities installed everywhere where there is going to be flooring. So there's a couple other places that I've also been working on building and installing cabinets. Let me show you those. So here I am standing in the living room and I am looking into the kitchen. And I think I've mentioned it before, but the plan is we are going to have some lower cabinets here and then some built-in shelves that wrap all the way around this opening that goes in between the living room and the kitchen. So here are the cabinets that we have put together, and this one's not actually screwed or installed into place yet, but it is where it's going to sit. And then this one will sit on the other side over here once I get all this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and install these cabinets here. And that'll give us, and that's just the bottom row where the floor will come up to, and we're doing that because the floor will run up to this base, but it won't go underneath the cabinet. Now I made these kind of extensions on the bottom of the cabinets out of some scrap 2x8 that I had laying around, and that gives us plenty of height so that when we have our baseboard can kind of wrap around and wrap through the cabinets. The other place we have been working on built-in cabinets is here in the master bathroom. So in the water closet on the right-hand side, we are going to be doing 1 foot deep built-in cabinets to kind of act as a linen closet. So you can see I got the bottom row with the 2x8 kind of base already installed, and I will install more cabinets. It'll actually be 3 high, so it goes all the way to the ceiling. So we will have floor to ceiling linen closet there in the water closet of the master bathroom. So now that we got all the stuff out of the way so you can actually kind of see where the cabinets are going to be, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. We're going to do some built-in shelves, like I say, that came all the way up both sides, and there'll be something across the top. We're not entirely sure what we're going to do across the top yet, but probably some shelves that float up here, and then over here on this side, and then something that runs across the top. So that box of drywall, if you don't remember, is hiding that one beam. So all the rest of the beams in the house are going to be exposed and skinned with a different, with a nice finished looking wood. But that was the one that we drywalled because it lined up right with where we wanted to divide the dining room from the kitchen. But anyways, there we go. So we have the bottom layers installed, which means we are ready to put flooring down in the living room kitchen. So all we got to do is run the flooring right up to the base there, and then I'll finish everything else out with trim. Well, all right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, and I will catch you on the next one.